Hi, stream.
Brought to you by Raid Shadow Legend.
Motherfucker.
Hey, listen, guys, come on.
You knew
Listen,
it was
on a
gonna
day like
happen.
today, we should all just be really thankful for our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Brought to you by Raid Dog.
Motherfucker.
Oh, fuck.
We're definitely not brought to you by Raid Shadow Legend.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
They actually couldn't pay us to be brought to you by them. Both in my
So
stream
totally
and on Togs. Have you got the Raid Shadow Legends reach out to you, Nar? Have they been like, we'll sponsor you?
No.
No?
Surprisingly, no. But I don't stream enough. I don't think they give a shit.
Oh,
So.
that's okay.
Which is surprising because normally I think they're in it for all the money, but
all the monies.
Yeah.
We're
that's
too
all right.
expensive for them.
I am. I'm too.
I don't know if that's the reason, but go with that.
Yeah. No, I just say a bunch of shit that nobody wants to have on their brand.
All right.
Wow.
Please sponsor me. That'll go south real fast.
Yeah, I haven't been on this platform shit-talking this platform's choices about ad revenue and how it treats its creators ever, so, like, that's definitely fine, you know?
I feel like Tog would take ads and then immediately go play Cyberpunk and just kill corpos the whole time. Just
Yep.
You're right.
That sounds good.
We got a city to fucking burn.
That was my alarm to come over here.
Oh. I'm ready for Chicago.
Ooh.
Cyberpunk 2.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's where they put Cyberpunk 2. I saw something about that.
Chicago.
That'll be neat.
Yeah.
That'll be neat.
There's a funny thing in Skane's brain that just confused me. Anyways, you guys remember, well, actually, Skane doesn't remember, but the rest of you might remember where we left off last time.
Nope.
No.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Nothing bad at all.
Nothing bad happened at all.
Well, in that
no
case,
demigods. No nothing.
I'll have a little recap for everybody after we get our beginning of session things started. As always, you can mark luck up to your Spitfire if you don't already have that. Additionally, if you have recently acquired any new abilities that trigger at the start of a session, you may use them now. We had some leveling happen too. Did you level up, Tog, recently? No? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Nope. I feel like we were talking about it a lot last time, and I didn't know if anybody needed assistance with those things. So, then as we begin tonight's game, I'll have a little recap for you.
No, it's fine. You don't have to.
No, it's too late. A couple of things happened last time. Worth just a little bit of mentioning as we begin to make choices this session, because there is a big choice to be made as we begin tonight. Last time there was news spread through the city. Of course, the ongoing threat to the temple, already in existence, the increased patrols. It seems like perhaps that caused some sort of naval attention to the city. With the influx of that attention, we also caught word of a hunt out for a person that the Navy is looking for. We learned that the Lace Empire's grand leader has brought a new religion to her realm, embracing Dagon as the most holy deity and the only recognized church on the Queen's Waters. In addition, we spotted some potential lurking naval presence in the sky, leading us to our new understanding of what sorts of powers they wield. And there was like a little tiny murder of a creature that caused like an earthquake and then like some stuff like that. Not a really big deal or anything.
Not at all.
After that happened, there were a couple of other things that we noticed. There was an earthquake. There was a scream that nobody responded to, but that the doctor surely heard. And now there's a storm on the horizon. In addition to that, as you begin your day today, the sun is rising. We're coming up to our morning after a long night of misadventures, and the storm brews into the north. The city is different today, so as word spreads of what's happened in the temple last evening, for the first time, you see windows not come alight as the sun begins to rise. The lamplighters down in the lower sectors don't seem to be taking care of turning those off as the sun rises. It's also very apparent to you from down on the docks that the foot traffic that usually exists is almost completely gone. Lots of free ships have taken off with the advancing of the naval threat. Lots of ships took off with the oncoming of the storm and the tremble of the earth here beneath your feet. And now you have a similar choice to make as the city appears to batten its hatches, um, taking care either for the storm or perhaps in response to the attack on the temple. What are you guys going to do? Last time we left off, we were discussing continuing on your path. You had been headed towards the island with the big giant warning emblazoned across your map, beware the million moth. You've learned some new things. I don't know if you plan to check any of those out. But there is a storm coming. There's definitely a naval presence here, and we've definitely kicked the hornet's nest last night. If you leave now, you run the risk of the storm being a real threat to your ship, having to maneuver through difficult weather as the time moves forward. If you stay, you might have to weather the consequences of your actions and the actions of your crew. And you also know that you've been here for a little while. You have not been subtle about your ship, your names, and your purpose. And the Navy is certainly present in these waters. So it's a third thing to consider as you decide where will you go and what will you do next as the sun rises on the dark deeds of our evening.
So, what's the over/under on getting out of here before the storm hits, even if we leave, like, before those repairs are just completely done?
I will
I
say,
think our repairs are done.
yes,
If
Done,
I
done?
recall.
as sun rises, our repairs are completed. I imagine this is a conversation for the whole crew in the belly of the ship, where you'll not as easily be overheard.
Well, the whole crew in the sense of the important named crew.
But yes, yes.
And me, I hope.
You
Thank
have
you for
many
splitting
names.
yourself off.
You're the most named amongst us.
Yeah,
Let's
you
see,
have,
Also
you
true.
have
3,
so
4,
many names.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I can't be bothered
12
to
so
remember
far.
any of them at the moment.
12 so far. I'm keeping track. Don't worry. I've
We're
got
not.
them all.
Good thing
marked.
is one of us is.
Ah.
I'm voting on getting the fuck out of here.
Second.
That's
So-
my initial thought as well.
We have things that we have to do. We have obligations that we've made. And besides, I wouldn't be up against fighting off a whole bunch of lawmen or anything like that. That sounds like a great time. But the only reason to do that would be to stay, to weather out the storm. And I don't think anyone here is really fond of the concept of playing it safe.
I do have a question for the Fates real quick.
Sure.
Did I receive any kind of premonition
You have not received any kind of premonition.
Fantastic.
I will also remind you
Mhm.
that the nature of this curse is at the end of a downtime, which we
Oh,
had
yeah.
already sort of taken care of um,
Okay.
earlier. But your character may or may not be well aware of the functional mechanics of this.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
As
I
far as I'm
believe.
concerned, our business is done here. I don't have anything further that we need to do, and thanks to the actions of some crew, I think it's probably better that we leave sooner than later. But
There's a moment as you all, perhaps in the captain's quarters, sit about looking at the map of the region, where for a moment, Inigo, your mind wanders, growing a bit distant and distracted from what your companions are discussing, as a familiar sensation washes over you. You've felt this before when you've attempted to speak to the goddess, something you used to do often with the aid of the relic of your people. It's not something you've been able to do as easily or as regularly since the loss of that item, but it's still a sensation you're familiar with. There's only a brief whisper. You know that she's not happy with you, anyways. And as this feeling washes through you, over you, drawing you away from the conversation being had, what you really feel is that anger dialed up. She's already angry. She's already upset. You've already lost an item most precious to her. And she reaches out to you anyway now with that anger. Maybe it's just overwhelming her. Maybe everybody with a connection to the ocean feels it now. But you certainly are very well aware that there is a great deal of anger in the spirit and the energy of your love, as it were.
Feeling that, I will mutter to myself, "Not, that's not good at all." Just barely audible enough so that others hear me say something, but it's inaudible enough to where they can't, unless they're really trying to make sense of it, they can't really make sense of it.
When Inigo mutters, uh, Nathaniel, as you are currently enthralled, there's a little tingle in your mind that says, it'd be a lot harder for him to mumble under his breath if we just did a little surgery, put a little speaker, perhaps. Maybe just took that whole ability away. It'd be a lot harder to drown if you can't open your mouth under the water.
Oh, no, no. It'd be a lot harder for him to do that if I just took his tongue.
So many options dancing through your mind. In the harbor, you hear the ring of a bell, a sound often used to warn ships on the docks of an incoming storm.
Now or
It's
never.
time to go or time to prepare to weather the storm here, where you might rush up against the docks and the stones.
I need to go upstairs and start screaming at him to move.
I'm not so sure we should move.
Why?
The sea is rather angry.
Yep.
I think moving from the dock and the port may very well put us in greater jeopardy than staying here to try and wait out the storm.
Yep. You're welcome to stay.
Yeah, go for it.
We're fighting the sea or we're fighting the law, Cap. Gotta be one of them.
Well, one of those fights is far more easily won.
Mm.
Though, I suppose, as captain, I have to make this decision. Only seems right. While most of my crew, the ones that I care about, are looking to leave, and I have young Topingo here telling me not to.
13.
That's a good one.
How much can you commune with your goddess?
Not well enough to have a full conversation these days, but I just felt this wrathful anger wash over me, anger than I've ever felt her be before. Even after losing the relic of my people, she wasn't this angry.
Angry at us or angry at you?
That's the thing. I can't tell if she's angry at me or not, which indicates something happened,
Well,
that
yes.
she contacted me.
Okay. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't go.
I think that our ship is going to be a target regardless of if her anger's with him or someone else.
Right.
So, I feel that we have little time to waste, and therefore we should get going. Cray, if you could motivate them as much as you can.
Before that sentence is done, there's like some bellowing, which I will not go all out, but it's all right, you motherfucker. He's going up the stairs, getting ready to do
Oh.
bosun stuff to like get everybody anchors up and let's get moving.
Let
I'm gonna
the
get the guns ready.
encouragement sink in.
Encouragement, that is an intimidate roll. Basically.
And Skane follows up, giggling with his pistols drawn, like, "Oh, please somebody be slacking! Please somebody be slacking! I ain't killed nobody in 2 days."
As the boom of Cray's voice begins to ring out across what's a very sort of still ship and dock currently, you see crew spring into action. You've still got a large number of people at any given moment ready to work on things, and you see them start popping up, some in the crow's nest, some in the rigging, some coming down or coming up from down deeper in the ship. And you hear the sounds of repairs being checked and sails being readied as motion begins. Would you like me to pull the map up for everybody to see?
Yeah, if you want to. I know where we're going, though.
Visual reference for the audience. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's
Mm-hmm. Yes. So here is where we currently are. Down here, or I guess we're technically a little further south. We came down to this southern port. Why are there more than one? I hate this program.
Your map.
If
We're
only I
leaving
were
little
smart.
baby ships everywhere.
That's
Okay.
what we
Oh, yeah.
do.
Hey, there's one omen, and it's south of the Isle. I don't know how to.
It's just
fix
it's just like the old school NES games where you could see where you were before.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
our
yeah.
progress meter.
You're probably
See?
exactly.
We totally did that on purpose. It's fine.
Thank you.
Oh my god, it blew up.
That is an ocean boner if I've ever seen one. So
Ocean boner.
you have some choices if you are continuing on the way that you're going. You could sail directly, essentially, to the east here. You could skirt further south towards the Queen's Crown, knowing that the Lace Empire has embraced the Church of Dagon. You might not want to be in their waters and risking their contact. If
We might.
the opposite is true, and you do, you could sail round north of the Isle, but that would bring you closer, of course, to the storm.
So, actually, that was my next question.
Mhm.
In relation to this, where is the storm and what direction is it moving in?
So the storm is up towards the horizon in the north, or like off the horizon in the north. So I
Would we
would.
say
Do I have more of my effects?
like here-ish?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit further out. Let's. Yeah, probably up. Oh, well, that's a funny thing that I used, but it worked. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
And it's going south?
And it is rolling south, yes.
So in theory, if it's going this way
Mhm.
and we went this way, is it conceivable that we could maybe like dodge out of the way if it's not wide enough?
It's likely, from what you can see, looking at the storm and from how the town is responding. It seems like this storm is coming down towards you all on this island, less so that it's traveling across anything. So yes, you could assume that if you were to sail either west or east from here, you probably avoid the worst of the storm.
It's always going to be to move in a straight line.
I mean, it's the shortest distance, regardless of what we have to deal with along the way.
Oh, what was it? Yes. As Skane and Cray go up to motivate the rest of the crew, I would like to speak with the doctor actually about my facial scarring, the infected wound on my face.
And before that
Yeah.
conversation happens, just to get the bookkeeping out of the way, Cray is going to be, if that's the orders, getting the crew to full sail, catch as much of the storm's winds as we can
Mm-hmm.
for additional speed before it hits us, and hopefully we can kind of do that like edge of the hurricane kind of thing to kind of slingshot out
Sure.
in the
Think
correct
my plan.
direction, which is east.
in that case, are we aiming for the southern part of the Isle there, or will we be trying to swing that sort of wind
Where's my
curve
line
up
tool?
towards the north more?
That's
We're
not-
gonna, straight.
Yeah.
How that line is going.
Okay.
We're headed right for, I don't know what this thing is chewing on, but like one of those points.
Cool.
Measure line. So like there?
Yeah, that point that nearly touches the island. That's what I'm aiming for. Nearly straight.
There, right there.
Neat.
Yep.
Okay. It sounds like Cray is doing his best to inspire the crew. Would you like to spend a bond to assist the roll that's going to be made?
Absolutely,
for this
as I
navigation?
have a bond with the ship.
Absolutely, that's perfect. So you can do that. Is anybody else doing anything to assist the captain in making these navigation choices? Is anybody in dissent? Are you actively against leaving Inigo?
I will say to the captain, I respect the decision to leave. I understand that either way is danger, but I would like to talk with you one-on-one about the wave of anger that I felt at some point possible, sir.
Sure. And I mean, as soon as I'm free, you're welcome.
If I'm treating you, you can just talk. It's fine. we're probably not going to have a lot of chance after that because it's going to take a bit.
Doctor-patient confidentiality and all.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying you're not going to have a whole lot of time, and he's not going to have a whole lot of time with you if you want me to take care of your face.
That's fair. What? This wave of anger, something sparked it. I don't know what.
I think I do.
Oh, what could have sparked such a wave of anger from the sea herself, Captain?
Well, I doubt that the sea only has eyes for you. Let's just say that.
Surgery went okay.
Yeah, it's a nice roll. So, really quickly, as we begin our navigation, with the bond spent from Cray, Captain, you can take +1 to your navigation roll, which is going to be 2d6 plus your Spitfire. Anybody else present who would like to add to the narrative and spend a bond about how we're going to manage this is welcome to do so. Otherwise, if you guys are not, let the captain know he should roll.
2d6 plus my Spitfire because of Cray. Can I add a luck to that?
You can? Yes, of course.
Okay,
I'll add a +1.
Okay.
perfect.
I got one with the ship too, so.
I love it. This all compounds, right?
Yes. Yes. So, are you up to a +3?
I'm up to a +7.
Oh. Oh, all right. Well, then.
Oh, we passed.
So
we've
let's
already
do that.
succeeded.
16!
It could be better.
Holy shit!
So,
My Spitfire's real good.
Anyway, you were saying?
Really quickly, let me give you guys the things that happen as you do this, because mechanically speaking, you have rolled well enough to start an ocean tide downtime, where you can take one relevant or reasonable downtime action. I would like to present to you guys the opportunity to investigate things, both items, people, leads, and other things, as a downtime action. In case you had things you wanted to look into. You could always, of course, gamble among your crew or things of that nature. As long as you can justify it in the narrative, your downtime options are open. You do get 1 for this. That said, Doctor has rolled surgery, so I imagine at least a good deal of what's happening here is currently that being taken care of. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. I have a downtime, but I know what I'm doing in my downtime, but that's a whole different thing.
I also have a downtime idea, but I will wait until other
Yeah.
people are ready.
Until
I got a whole lot of nothing.
Okay.
I don't have a downtime because I haven't killed anybody.
So
That's not how that works.
let me
You
go
don't
and
have a
keep talking.
vision in your downtime at the end of the downtime because you haven't killed anybody.
Thought that's how much stuff, but either way, I don't really have any downtime stuff unless I've actually killed people.
Okay.
Gray would just be doing ship stuff to make sure things were going correctly. And I don't think that technically counts as a downtime.
So just let me go keep talking, or how does this?
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Go
So
for it.
there is the whole conversation about the anger of the sea.
So I say to Captain, I'm a bit confused on what you mean. I mean, I know that I can't be the only person the sea cares about, obviously, but this anger, something really stirred up.
Was it specific to anything, or just the general?
It was a general wave of what I can only describe as righteous fury or of some kind, I guess. I don't know what it was, though. That was It was just so powerfully angry.
Do you want to tell him, Nathaniel, or do you want me to?
I mean, it could be related.
I think it's related.
So, do we think that she was a priestess of the ocean or Dagon?
I believe that she was both.
Mhm.
And I think that we may have, well, I
Well, that's
think that her passing untimely may have aggravated another foe. But that's just a
I-
theory.
Who are you talking about?
But would she? I would think she would be at least philosophically opposed to what Dagon seems to be.
Well,
The sea and him have a history. That's neither
Oh,
here nor there.
oh, your lover has an ex-lover. Yes.
can I point out that when I prayed to the sea to help us defeat that sea monster we battled a few days ago, she was not exactly thrilled about me praying to her for assistance in defeating it. So, what priestess are you talking about? Who happened on the island while we...
It might be better if he doesn't know. Plausible deniability.
That's fair.
He does seem to talk a lot.
Though, I have a feeling that she knows.
Oh, undoubtedly.
The sea obviously knows something and that I'm missing here.
I mean, that's probably fair. I'm sure there's a few things put on that list. It's for your own benefit at this juncture, I think, because I think if you know, you have the possibility of making it worse.
Equally likely is I could plead a case with the sea to
I
beg
don't,
forgiveness.
I don't, I don't,
I don't
I don't,
know.
I don't think that's gonna help.
I think that it might. Not that I think we're smarter or more cunning than the sea herself, but I think that anything that you know could bring her ire faster. And I think that it's best if we don't do that.
All
It's
right.
not that we don't want to tell you. It's just probably for the plausible deniability. If you don't actually know, you can't make it worse.
All right. If I don't know, can't make it better or worse, I suppose.
I don't think you're going to be able to make it better.
From the vague sound of things, it sounds like, yeah, there's no smoothing this over.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's best that we just kind of go, ooh, sea, yay, and just go on about our business. Let's avoid talking to the sea for a little bit of time.
All right.
I mean, that would be my best theory. Captain? I mean, we could try to apologize later. I can try to apologize later.
Yeah, I think emphasis on that is more appropriate.
Yeah.
She's already mad at you, Inigo. Yes? You lost
Yes.
some relic. Something
Yes.
that I also have agreed to help find so that she is less mad at you. The issue that we might be dealing with now, as we disembark from this island, is that it's something that we can't necessarily return. So if she's as mad at you over losing something that can be found, the fact that I think it's probably just best that we go as fast as possible and minimize the amount of time that we spend on the sea, which is admittedly difficult as we are pirates. But maybe in finding the artifact that you've lost, there's bargaining there to be had. Maybe we'll be able to
And a
make a
tournament to be
deal.
made.
Nevertheless, the immediate danger is that storm and the law, both of which are closing down on us, both of which are going to be coming for us. So, I'm very confident in my navigational abilities. I hope that I will be able to skirt it, but I don't know what is after us until it deals some sort of damage or makes itself known. So for now, we run. Live to fight another day. I don't want to have to kill every law or attempt to kill every law person on this island. I don't think that's a wise move. Despite what my brother is probably thinking in his head right now, his axe quivering. The point is, we
Throbbing.
Is
should
that a
go.
euphemism?
Throbbing.
Maybe.
Understood.
If you
Captain.
have further concerns, Inigo, or if you hear from her, I would appreciate the heads up.
You got it, Captain.
In the meantime, let's not give her a reason to hate you more.
Understood.
And there, you're all pretty again.
I
So I can
have a
remove-
small note about that.
As far as
But
healing
which part?
damage,
On
Um,
all
I-
done surgery, but
Oh, okay.
but with regards to just regular harm, I've taken one in the last game. I don't know. Do we heal after a session, or how does that work? Because I don't
you do
recall.
not
I'm
heal at
sorry.
the end of a session. You can heal harm that you did not gain in a downtime at the end of a downtime. So there is room to be
Okay.
healed at the end of this technical downtime
Okay.
that you've rolled.
Gotcha.
But otherwise, either I think there are like healing poultices and things. You've got a
Sure.
doctor, but for the most part, it's either an ability or something that you.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure. And with the way that our session ended last time, I don't know that the doctor and I would have been like, okay, now heal me up. So it didn't seem thematically appropriate.
I
So
don't think that
It was-
after you guys looked each other in the eyes and compared who's crazy was crazier, that the next thing that you wanted to do is like, okay, and now cut me open.
Yeah, it
Right.
was tense is the word I would use.
tense. I agree. I agree with tense.
Yeah.
It's fair.
It's great.
Tension.
That said, on a 9 for your surgery roll, you
Uh-huh.
choose two of these options.
Uh-huh.
But you're already enthralled.
No.
I thought you became enthralled at the end of towards the end of the last session.
No. I was enthralled at the last time I attempted surgery.
You didn't roll badly and have to take enthralled last time
At the last time I tried to fix his face.
when you were working on. Maybe I'm okay. I'll take your
I
word.
know I failed him the last time. I was enthralled the last time I fixed his face. And
Yeah.
then I resisted a compulsion,
Okay.
which takes away enthralled, right?
It's to resist the compulsion to do the thing, whatever
Yeah,
the.
I resist the compulsion.
You didn't
on
give
him.
him gills. Okay, sure. All right. Then yes, you could still pick that up again.
Okay.
If that's something you wanted.
Oh yeah. No. It's gonna it encompasses the downtime.
Okay. All right. Um, then in that case, with a 9, you are able to heal that, and you can tell him what his face looks like now, if you've done a good job or not.
I mean, the face looks like his face, just the small scar, because it was a lot of burn.
It's true.
So now you have a scar.
A very
Chicks
dashing
think
scar.
chicks think scars.
It's true.
So does that remove the trouble of the inflicted wound for
Yes.
mechanic purposes?
Yes. And so your boost to some of your social rolls returns.
Yay!
I should have left him scarred.
You did for a long time.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Yes, it did.
It was funnier that way.
It was either that or heal him very well.
It won't
don't
hurt
know if you
more if you
I don't know
don't
if
have
you
to
want
breathe
me taking.
anymore. Just
Yeah, I don't know if you want me taking time on you.
So I do have something I would like to do on the downtime, possible.
okay.
So I need to roll. I wanted to investigate the maps and see if, I can try and maybe isolate some places to find the relic, some likely places based on my knowledge.
That's an interesting point. And your knowledge about this is very specific, in fact. What is it that you recall about the relic and what happened to it?
Let's see. The relic was stolen by someone, a naval officer. As I recall, which would be the law, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I at least know that the law took the relic, and I'm trying to pinpoint a few locations to maybe check out that might be, or at least a general area that to look for the relic in, rather.
So I believe that you, the character, should know the name of the lawman who took your
Yeah,
item.
Petty Officer Kenan Shaw.
Okay. And then you are hoping to find on the map essentially some sorts of are you looking for then law ports, or are you looking what on yes, of course you can look at the maps to try and find some information about this, in the sense that you know both a person and his affiliations. What is it that you're trying to? Because essentially, we're going to make things appear on the map here if you roll well. What is it that you're looking for?
Some law ports to start, just to see if I can pinpoint a few of them, or at least one to start looking.
Okay.
Gathering information.
So that's to investigate. It's going to be 2d6 plus your vinegar.
Beans.
All right. You can mark an experience on a myth. You are still standing in the captain's quarters. Nathaniel and Nar are there. Is Skane still down, or in the quarters with them, or did he go up to help inspire the crew as well?
I went up to help inspire the crew,
Okay.
hoping that somebody was slacking so I could shoot them.
You could shoot them to inspire the others to work faster.
That's
No,
valid.
Uh,
You just have to
Captain
remember.
already yelled me about that.
You just have to make sure you're just not the slowest.
I
That
do
is
have
true.
a rival bond with the petty officer. Would that factor into anything for this role if I spent it?
I love how I can just see Bruce's beard.
I think not if
His face is all blurred out.
When you turn, your face is so whited out
Oh,
because of
yeah.
the light behind you.
Yeah.
it's like a halo.
No.
It's the
No.
glow covering up the way that your face is melting into a single solid mass of flesh
Just a faceless beard.
Mhm.
with a beard. A face, yes, a smooth faceless
Yeah.
mass of flesh with a beard. It does not appear that you can use bond with someone who is not present. In the base
Okay.
rules. Let me look at your character sheet and see if there's a thing about that. Because you have weird stuff. You're a Bond dude. But we went with Princess Bride instead of Bond. I'm not seeing anything that I'm aware of that would be relevant for that case.
Okay.
You essentially, I think, sort of saunter over to the captain's desk, and begin to like peruse through his papers. You're looking for the map. You're coming over looking for leads and things. And as you approach, he has opinions, and most of them are, "Why are you snooping through my things?"
What you doing there, buddy?
Yeah, unless you think that's very out of character, there, Captain.
Something I can assist you with?
Looking for a map, trying to figure out some options to try and track down the relic or start tracking it down in earnest. Places to
Fair.
go.
So once we're done, the doctor will excuse himself. And I sent you a message about what I do. I think all our pictures disappeared on your stream.
Shit, sorry. Thanks for letting me know.
There we go.
Is that? Oh, I see what's happened. Okay. You're interrupted in your attempt to look at the maps, Inigo, and unless
yeah.
you want to take a trouble to essentially get to ask a question off the investigate list anyway, you're sort of stuck just having a conversation with the captain or moving on to bigger and better things.
Nah, I'll move on to something else. Probably getting some rest.
If you'd like to look at the maps, Inigo, anytime, ask, please. But I have no issues with you using them.
Captain.
As you begin your sailing here, it goes pretty smoothly. The the crew is understandably, sort of, unfortunately for your skein here, invigorated by the changes that have happened, right? We got rid of some of the people who were perhaps not fully carrying their weight. We've repaired the ship. We've kind of gone out and made a name here, at least in this place, for our crew and our ship, right? We're the Omen. We've got this ringleader, these monsters, these powerful performers, um, and we've gone out and spread that word, both that we are a ship to be feared, and that we have power beyond the typical expectation of a crew of salt-weathered dudes. Um, the wind is blowing pretty heavily as the storm comes in. With that working in your favor, you're able to take some great strides in both getting out of the path of the storm and getting out of the grasp of the uh, influences of the island fairly quickly. I want to really quick check in on what Matt wanted to do for his downtime thing, because if nobody else is doing, I saw yours, of course, Nathaniel, but
Yeah, I saw.
I want to figure out what the book is that I found.
I'm so excited. So
I
That's
feel like
all.
things are coming full circle.
I've been excited about when you gave me a book. I've been excited about the book since I got the book.
good, good. So tell me what you're doing, how you're examining it, what your plan is.
I
Remind me
mean,
what I told
I
you about the
would.
book at the time.
You told me little about the book
Okay.
when I found it. It was essentially that because of my role,
Mhm.
and I had been talking with my demon. She didn't notice it right away, and then when I uncovered it, then she was like, "Oh, that's important," kind of thing.
Okay. And it's
Uh,
probably off my list of magical items.
I like a
That
list
definitely
of
doesn't
magical
exist.
items.
And I just make these things up on the fly. So hold up, I have to find it.
No,
I
that's
have to
the
find my
best.
list. It's here. Okay. So you pull out the book to examine it. You're going to investigate, I imagine, the same way. That's going to be your best bet for figuring things out about it. Unless
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to like try and ritual channel your demon to do things, but I would recommend investigating here. Um,
Yeah, I will take your advice. I will take the investigation.
okay, so do me a favor and roll 2d6 plus your vinegar.
Ooh, well, now hold on a minute. The vinegar does spring to mind some issues.
Mm-hmm.
Could I? Can I make? Can I do the? Since we are in like downtime esque, could I use the performer ritual and then would the ritual provide me a similar outcome to the investigation?
I will say, I think given your ancient being in your head, that you could perform a ritual to ask her to help you uncover or give you a lead on what to do, and we can use it in place of the investigate with a
Okay.
similar outcome.
Okay. Then in that case, I will perform a ritual. I will spend a luck.
Okay.
Can I also spend a bond with her?
Yes.
I will spend a bond. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I like 14.
So tell me how you set this ritual up and what you ask your demon in the moment of this onset.
So, I will clear out my quarters since I have access to them once more. I don't need to delve into the belly of the ship to hide away. Blacken the windows, lock the door, set up a circle that I've probably used a dozen or more times. Candles, all the accoutrement of the ritual.
Okay.
Placing the book in the center, and then I will focus on it and focus on her and any. I'm assuming that because of my connection with her, I feel some sort of magical energies about the book. So I'll kind of focus on those and try and pull those threads as much as I can on my own. And then when I feel like I'm at the limit of my understandings, I will then reach out in my mind to her and say, "This caught your eye before. We have a moment. I would like to see what we can uncover."
Okay. As you begin the work on your own, prior to specifically pulling on her knowledge and her power, you are able to recognize a few things. As someone trapped within a binding agreement, as you pluck the threads of power that unravel from this heavy bound tome, you sense a similar power, some sort of binding, maybe an agreement, perhaps a sort of lock in place. Prying a little deeper, you're not able to garner much more in this initial examination. Taking a moment, would you open the book?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would open the book.
Taking a moment to open the page, you find what is predominantly an empty tome. Uh, there is only a single inscription on the back of the cover, not on any of the pages, that I will send you. But it's not something you're currently able to understand, even with your demon's information, your demon's knowledge.
Got it.
But I'll certainly get that to you at the end of the session. There is little else inside of it until you call upon your demon. And as her power rises, mingling with the force of the ritual and the strength that you bring on your own, she says, "Yes, I do think this is quite the powerful item. The being trapped within this tome seems relatively harmless to me. You should try talking to it."
It's not going to offend you, is it?
The book?
I don't need more of you in my head.
It would take a great deal of effort to release the being here from within the pages. We could consume the
I
power
think
within this book, the being itself, without adding a voice to your head. I know it gets confusing for you.
confusing occasionally, annoying predominantly.
You wouldn't imagine.
Oh, I'm sure you hate it as much as I do.
That said,
There,
its power may be more useful externally. for the moment. When it runs out of use, I think we could consume its power anyway, but try talking to it. Speak to it. Whatever it takes. You and your physical body, you can figure this out, I'm sure.
So, a tool for the upcoming challenges ahead.
I think so, indeed.
I will take the book and I will hold it. And I will say, to the one trapped in the book, what is your nature? What is your purpose?
You feel in the throes of your ritual here, the power that you were sorting through retract and sort of reform itself within the pages, clearly in response to what you've asked. The pages flutter as the book lies open, but there's no change that you can see yet. It's definitely trying to respond to you, but it seems like something is missing.
Do I have like an inkwell and like a quill or something
Absolutely.
nearby?
Well, you're in your office essentially, your desk and things.
Yeah. Okay, I will take that and I'll bring that down and I will open the book to a blank page and essentially write the same question.
This proves to be more productive. The energy moves. You see the words begin to soak into the page very quickly. They eventually disappear. But that's not quite working yet. As you face this next challenge of sorting it out, perhaps writing again or moving forward, you feel your demon's intentions change. She says, "Try again. Try something more."
Something more powerful. I imagine if this is some sort of metaphysical prison for an entity, that it's not easily destroyed, correct?
Well, I know very little of your physical world, but I imagine that its power is not easily unmade.
I'm hesitant to light myself on fire while holding it.
Are you holding the book now? I'm sorry. I know you said you wrote in it, but
Yes. Yeah, I'm holding it on my lap as I sit, kind of cross-legged on the floor.
with your demon in your head giving you these sort of suggestions as you flip through the pages, you feel her power surge further. A sharp bite against your gloves, I suppose. You're not you're covered, yes?
Hmm.
You feel the force of some sort of, I hesitate to say attack. Um, but you certainly feel a draw, like a bite, like a pressure, trying to draw you in as you handle the book.
I take off the glove of my actual flesh hand. And I take the quill and I stab my finger,
Mhm.
drawing a little bit of blood onto it. And I write the question with my blood.
Remind me what your
Same as before.
question was.
Uh, what is your purpose? And what is your nature?
This time, there is an answer. Once again, the ink fades, or the blood fades quickly into the pages, and after a moment, resurfaces, rearranged. An answer to your question. I was once a chronicler. I hold the knowledge of my days and the knowledge of the things I had studied in my past lives.
Like a kid with a new toy, I stab myself again. And right, what knowledge can you share?
What did you roll? Okay. Um, quickly, the page fills with information. You find paragraphs appearing before you about the creation of a book. It details the research, the inks, the careful binding of a book, very much the information of how a chronicler can imbue power into a tome.
Uh, as I kind of read through this information, is it all very like technical, kind of mundane? I mean, mundane in the sense of like this is what most chroniclers would know.
This is, yes.
Okay. I once more with my blood. Do you hold knowledge from your time of any strange magics that you could share that would aid me?
Your blood once again sinks into the page. But as it begins to resurface, arranging itself on the page, you hear a call from the upper decks. It rings out loudly as we temporarily shift our focus up to what's happening above deck. Anybody who is essentially able to look out and see the ocean in this moment. Captain, of course, excluded with his darkened windows and closed door here.
Yep. I'm in my own
Sees
world.
a couple of things happening. You know that sailing is a slow process, and that weather often moves fairly quickly, but not necessarily unpredictably. And yet, that storm's definitely closer than it was before. Additionally, coming from the south are a couple of small vessels. You hear somebody call ahead, or call down, someone tell the captain. There's Navy ships.
Fantastic.
Great.
I go tell the captain.
In addition to this call, there are a few more things that happen outside. As the storm turns in your direction, quite noticeably so, the waters become a little rougher. Your crew is well adapted to the sailing. They are prepared for rough waters and storms. This is not something you have never faced before. And they spring into action, beginning to tie down anything loose and moving as though to prevent the loss of any of your rations and other stored goods. With ships approaching, you have a few options that you're all very well aware of. You can try to outrun them, something that is a little bit more difficult with a ship of your size. You could always try to fight them, or you could try to pull off some sort of trick to essentially avoid having to deal with this situation. Assuming that they're doing anything more than avoiding the storm, or perhaps figuring out what's going on with the storm. You know that ahead of you, the isle that you reach is sort of in contested waters between the Lace Empire and the Queen's Crown. The Queen's Company, rather. Um, Further out between, not quite in the Lace water itself, not quite in the grip of the Crown. And so it is often more patrolled in this area because trade and the travel of the free is often through this strait between the two uh, law forces. You also know that there's lots of trade and lots of other sailing happening. Again, given that you're between two forces of law here, so you can ignore them as Cray comes down. I imagine to knock on the door. Um, the rest of you look out and are seeing this happen. Inigo, you feel as the sea begins to quake, the storm coming closer, that perhaps you were right about her anger and the risk you take. Um, Maybe there's something you can do about this, but your captain has asked you not to speak to the goddess. So you have choices to make there. Skane, as you see these ships approach, uh, what are your feelings for the Navy?
Dislike.
Okay. Um,
I flipped this, see whether or not I shot at them, but I was able to restrain myself.
oh, they're certainly far enough out that you could and they wouldn't even know. um,
Still, I restrained myself.
that's very good. I'm very proud. That's twice now, I think, that you've managed to not shoot the thing.
I believe I have grown.
Um, you you hear that sound again. That sort of droning in the sky. And as you look about, you notice that despite the wind coming off, of course, being out on open water and the storm that approaches you, it seems like there's a high bar of fog, a cloud bank above you that really shouldn't probably be there, all things considered.
Okay.
Cray.
Can I tell?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, please go ahead.
I was thinking, can I tell that it's not right, or it just kind of like a weird look, or can I like tell what it is, or?
You've been sailing for a while. You're familiar with essentially normal weather patterns. You know that this is not normal. How familiar is Skane with the weird, magic, and things of that nature?
The surface level. He basically dealt with them just to get the tattoo, and that was about it.
Yeah, you know that there are like pirates and other creatures and beings that speak of magic and power. You know that often those powers can be bought and sold in markets, especially things such as uh, books that control weather. You know that there are ships that fly. All sorts of nature. That magic is real, but what this is in particular, while again it holds some sort of little ring of memory in your mind, it's not quite something you can make out yet. Um, I will say that having this repetition here, that sound returning, the cloud bank above your head, you think for a moment about what you know of the Navy, what you've learned in time, being opposed to them directly. And you recall quite suddenly that there are deals in place among the powers of the Navy that allow them to move through a world against them. The free and the weird are always intrinsically opposed to the law, and yet, being as outnumbered as they have the strength to face them. And that's the sort of thought that you're growing to remember as these things become an experience for you again.
Okay. Can I tell if the cloud that like doesn't look like a right cloud is coming toward us or
Um, it's not coming towards you. It's just out of very far range,
okay?
and it seems to be keeping pace.
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it then. If it's not actively following us, but it's nearish, I'll just keep an eye on it.
Okay. Cray, you notice the same thing. The sort of odd weather. There's a stiff breeze. It's how you're sort of navigating through the waters currently. Your crew working hard to maintain these speeds, keep your sails angled to catch everything you can to outpace this storm and get away from the isle where you know that you've drawn attention.
And there's a big creepy cloud that's just kind of
Hanging
there.
out.
Cool. So
And
this would be after I went down and banged on the door and told the captain?
I could say you could do it before or after because the captain is
Okay.
technically in the middle of something. He
Okay.
may or may not actively answer. So gather your information first here if that's reasonable for
okay.
you. There's one more thing that you do notice. You have a friend in the ocean. You can't necessarily always speak to him, I believe. Hold on, let me
I
look
have
at what
to
the
be
rules
at
are.
least partially
Partially
in the water to
right?
do it. Yeah.
Um,
If I'm on deck, essentially, it's kind of radio silent, I think.
yeah,
I
okay.
think.
Um, so it's not something you hear, but rather something you see. As despite having not called upon him, he makes an appearance,
Ooh.
peeking up sort of out of the water briefly. You hear Swabby Austin give a, "Oh God, it's back," uh, and it ducks back below the water, but it's closer than you usually expect. This is not, it's a creature of the ocean who happens to come when you call upon him. This is a little bit outside of its usual behavior.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, almost like it's sticking really close to the ship for purposes of protection. Sort of.
You did tell
Yeah,
him to harass your crew. I mean,
I
but you're
did.
not at the dock anymore.
Nope.
Pretty concerning that it's scared. If that's why it's
Okay.
there.
So, sees all this. Says the captain's in the middle of something. He kind of goes over to Skane and looks up at the clouds like, you see that too?
Uh-huh.
Got
Too
any
far to shoot
theories?
that though. None of them good. Probably Navy. Probably a pirate. Either way, it's not something we want to deal with at the moment.
He takes a minute and just kind of points at the ships that are closing. Goes, those are coming to start some shit. And points up at the sky again. Goes, those aren't closing in the same way. They're staying back and watching. They're going to judge us, see how we do.
Great.
This is a threat assessment.
Well, do we keep running or do we stop and get rid of the baggage?
I think I'd like to scare the threat assessors.
All right.
And he'll go down and try and bang on the door again.
I'm gonna go head toward the cannons.
Oh man, Siggy is so excited to see you.
Load them up.
Captain, you stab your finger, ready to ask a third question. Blood dripping down the tip of your quill. And you hear bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom.
There's only
Yes,
one
Cray.
asshole.
There's nobody else it could have been. He cracks the door, doesn't actually walk in, and just says, Navy, closing.
Well, do what you do best. Fuck them up.
The door just shuts.
So,
he goes back up.
What it sounds like you have a plan. Are you calling to the rest of your crew for this? Are you
that's bold of you to
directing
assume that I developed
things
a plan.
here? Oh yeah, is there a plan? Are we changing anything? They are closing. These are smaller vessels than your own. You can tell as they
Okay.
begin to get closer. But
Let's lay this out. Okay.
Is there
So
one
if we
that
had
looks like a leader?
that, and also let's lay the map in my head here. So we are at a fixed point traveling like mostly east, a little north. There are ships behind us that are closing in because they're a little faster than us. Are they directly behind us? Or are they coming at an angle?
there are. Let me make sure that the stream's got the visual. Okay. So we've moved a little forward here with the omen. There are ships. This one here is larger than the other two, and so a fair bit slower. The others come in, one a little further, and one a little further again. And so you've got these guys approximately coming through.
So I have a question for the Fates.
I might have an answer.
The two smaller ships that are kind of closer, are they like gunships or are they
Cannon fodder.
Do me a favor and roll to size up these ships. I believe it's 2d6 plus your vinegar. But I'm rolling through right now to check.
the size up was blood?
It would be great if it was blood because it's the only score that I have.
Twist Fate, Unleash, Parlay, Hoodwink. Sorry, size up. No, it's vinegar. Blood, I think, is for punching and shooting. This is knowing things you shouldn't.
Oh, way bad.
Oh, well.
Hey, I get to fail for once though.
An experience point. Is it your first?
No, I got the level up once.
Oh, okay.
It just took a while.
So the situation with that is I
I
believe.
saw nothing.
Oh, you can hold
So
an
he,
additional if you stick your nose somewhere you shouldn't. I'll tell you that I think that's dumb that you can't do that if you fail. So, I can either give you some answers that are a bit more vague than you would have gotten on a success, or you can get yourself into a little bit of trouble here, stick your nose somewhere it doesn't belong, and have a little bit better information.
so here's my thoughts.
Mhm.
We're outnumbered 3-1 right now, right?
Correct?
I say we get up close to one of the ones that are close. I'll jump on, ingratiate myself to the locals, and turn it on the other one, and then jump my way back.
Or we just add to the fleet.
You got a grappling hook in your pocket I don't know about?
No, but I am
Or
on a
you
ship
just
with
happen
a
to see
fuck
me.
ton of ropes.
It's gonna go poorly.
That's my thoughts.
If he misses a
Oh,
swing, the buddy can get him.
That is my other thought as well. I know
The
that I can
buddy.
get saved. So I also, when I start combat, I get to call a shot. So I can make this my called shot of swinging to the other deck to board and try to clear the deck a little bit. I just want to lock a rudder enough to like make it ram the other boat and then get back off.
That sounds really fun.
I think that's something that you could attempt to pull off. There'd be some
Okay.
dice rolls involved. Um, as it currently stands, there are the two. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Hold on, sorry. There's the two smaller ships. One sort of in this area coming up from behind you, and then the one that's just a little bit more forward, like it might be trying to get ahead of you.
That's what we go for.
Okay.
Mhm.
Get that, and then we can turn it and have it ram backwards, and then I can jump off and
Typically, when ships are like they're doing to us what they would do to a slow merchant vessel. They're doing the wolf pack thing.
uh,
There's one way that you properly respond to a wolf pack technique. You stop running and go full aggression.
yep.
Breaks up the pattern really well.
So that's my thoughts, and
Okay.
I'm
I'm
ready to
with you.
roll. And all right, cool.
I
So
believe if we're doing that, what I would like to do
Mhm.
would be he's coordinating going after the fast one. There's another slow one coming up on the side. How close is it? How so? Would we be able to like tilt the ship just slightly enough to get the one coming up on our side in broad range or broadside range?
oh, I
So
see what you're talking about.
maybe. I have a couple of questions. So, for clarification of the plan as it stands, um, you're not quite yet on a. I should, hold on, can I? Are there like little default tokens I can drop into place here, or is that something that I should have prepared? Because I didn't.
Probably
So
you'd
if
have
you
to
go to the
search it
art
up.
asset thing,
Uh-huh.
there's they're just literally free assets that you could and there's a search bar.
Type in sheep.
Cheap.
And it'll give you free assets from the web that you can just drag and drop. Some of them will be silly and modern looking, but some of them will be correct.
Oh yeah, this is funny. Okay.
It's just what it can find with the word ship.
Yeah.
Or
Some of
boat.
them are Carnival Cruise Lines
That
from
would
the
be
look
funny.
of things.
We are going to take over the Carnival Cruise Lines. It will
It'll be the
Diarrhea Cruise
worst
2.
Disney cruise ever.
for
Or-
reasons, this is a joke.
That's okay. I just want you guys to have any sort of marker for what the hell's happening. Because I've discovered that it's quite difficult to do these otherwise. My boat. I
You
see
can
it.
also just draw dots and circles and things.
You know what? That's so true. You know, fuck that noise. We'll just okay. Freehand ellipse. You've got a ship
Like that.
approximately here. A ship, yeah, a little bit further towards the point on that second small ship there. Whoever's got that other one, and then
That's me.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I can't move it after.
I can just.
How'd you move it after?
You can. So go back to just your select tool
Oh, my little. Oh.
and grab it, and you can drag it around.
Okay, and you've got this bigger dude, who's like back here, and then we do one more, and we've got this guy coming from here.
Cool.
Currently, what you can see happening is this guy's coming up on your stern, your ass end. This guy is coming up to join his buddy. He's small and quick, and this guy's trying to jump ahead of you here.
And if
you're
I recall
going
correctly,
this way.
And the plan would be for. Oop! I didn't mean to write that. The plan would be for this boat to go from. Where's my line tool? There it is. To go from this angle to more like this angle. I believe Skane's plan was to swing to that.
Okay.
That means we make the cannons shoot at that at about the same time.
Yes. Okay. That will work. It's a fair smaller ship than yours, so you'll be dropping sort of down onto it, right? Which is not necessarily a problem climbing up. You know, there's a rope they can throw over if you end up in the water and things, but to get you back on your ship. But you will be going down to this one. The other one's a sizable ship, not quite as large as yours, but a bit more level at water height here. The far away one.
We're just playing Black Flag right now. This is what we're doing.
And the easiest way to take over the ship is to get onto it.
Use the board. I'd never bothered with anything except boarding.
Ram and board.
What are your first mate here? What are your orders to the crew? What's the plan? What's happening? You've decided that you're going into combat with your gunslinger. You've got a plan. He's like, look, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. So what's now happening?
I can't stop him. I know. He's just gonna do what he's going to do, and it's going to probably work.
You want to stop me?
I don't. I just know better than to control this because that makes you function less well. Oh God! So I just banged my knee on my desk.
Oof.
Honestly, he probably wouldn't be doing anything inspiring. He would just be screaming orders. He'd be getting up on like the tallest point that isn't quite the crow's nest that everyone could see, and he'd be just yelling and pointing like this many degrees starboard. Prep the cannons. Scream, Siegfried, I want you to blow the fuck out of this thing.
And he's excited.
I don't want this question to weigh too heavily your answer or the next choices you make, so know that I ask this simply for information. Are you the Omen and its crew making a show of power, or are you going to change your colors, pull your flag? What are we doing anything to disguise who and what we are, or are we yelling loudly, we're the Omen and we'll fuck you up?
That
I don't think you can
very
hide
firmly,
our ship.
very firmly the loud one.
Okay.
No,
because our ship is specifically entitled The Legend. And to do anything less, to do anything smaller, to do anything covert, to do anything that was less than a show of power feels very much like it would be tarnishing that legend and not being respectful to the literal heart of the ship.
All right.
The legend is going to get bigger and end with an exclamation point. Whenever that is.
Neat. Awesome. Okay. The crew, yeah, up on the deck. Oh, yes, of course. Give me one
That's
moment here.
probably a great idea.
So the crew up on the deck is hearing the call of orders. We're about to fight. We're seeing these ships coming at us and making, turn this way, ready the cannons. And so these calls ring out. You all become aware of an oncoming battle. And before we jump into that, we will take our break a little bit late here, but thanks for the reminder, guys. And we'll have probably 5-10 minutes, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter, and we'll jump back in with what happens next in just a few minutes. See you in a minute, stream.
Nice.
Bye bye, stream.
Bend over. I'm
I'll
gonna
butter your
bread.
muffin. And that's how we came back to stream. You're welcome.
Make your
Oh.
daddy talk.
I'll glaze your donut. What?
Here, Papa boy, make your daddy talk.
Okay. My mouth is full, but I have some important questions to
No.
ask you guys.
After
We were
we came
talking
back.
about mushrooms and muffins, and then mouth is full. Yeah.
Yeah.
Innuendos.
We're
Sorry,
all
innuendo.
children here.
Nuts make everything taste better? I don't know what to tell you, okay?
Sure.
I'm just gonna dig the hole, and then you guys are gonna sit in it.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yep. That's it.
As we jump back in to pirating, there are a couple of things that are about to happen.
Yeah.
I imagine
Yar.
it sounded like you're going to stop moving for now, right? You are halting the ship's current forward progress, and instead planning to angle. Yes.
I know who can make this epic since we wanted to be epic.
Mm.
Do we have an anchor on that side?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh no.
So we're going to talk about here's how you drift a capital ship.
Oh.
We're moving
love
in
how
one
we just-
direction. Drop that anchor.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Oh, no.
Fast and Furious Black Flag. That's right.
Are we gonna warn people?
Yes, we are going to warn people.
Thank fuck.
We are going to have to repair the wood around the anchor at that particular point because
We
stuff's going to
just
break.
got repaired.
We're about to get in a fight. What did you say? You
I
were
told you,
distracted, and what did you say?
Deal with
told you
it.
to fuck
We're
shit
dealing.
up. That's my.
Not
Some of
our
our-
shit. Not
yeah.
our shit.
Yeah, but I wasn't specific. I can't help
Yeah,
that.
I know.
You have a demon in your head. Specificity, man. Come
I'm specifying in other
Oh.
ways.
So, yes, we are, in fact, alerting the crew.
Hold.
Grab a line now and prepare to drop anchor. This probably is not the first time that we have done this stupid fucking
No.
stunt before, so
Absolutely
I
not.
figure probably 2/3 of the crew is going to go, oh shit, okay, and just grab onto something. So, yes. Hard turn. So Skane gets
I'm at
probably
the,
as close to the nose
I'm on
of
the
our
prow.
ship gets as
Yeah.
close to the
basically I'm sitting on the very prow of the
this.
ship right before the front mast goes out. So as soon as the ship that's like trying to cut us off,
Mhm.
as soon as we do this, they should go right under us and hope, and that's when I'm going to jump.
So get the nose close enough as we can to that one as we turn quickly. Also lining up the broadside of the ship towards this one to hopefully blow the shit out of them.
When you say that you'd like to get broadside with them, are you? I just want to clarify what we think that means. Are we talking about being our side to their side, or are we talking about being our side to their front?
Our side to them.
to our side facing their ship. Doesn't necessarily matter what their side is. We actually have a tactical advantage if it's our side to their front.
Yep.
Because that means our guns are pointed at them, and their guns, unless they have like one forward-facing cannon, are not facing toward us. So we can attack first and maybe get one reload in before they're even lined up to do anything
theirs.
yet.
Okay, absolutely. And that also does mean that your damage is going along the length of their ship as opposed to across it. And so that's what I was trying to
Especially with the chain shot idea.
Right.
A lot of the ships are going to have more armor toward the sides, anyways. So you're going to be able to get a more lucky shot toward the front.
And that's what I thought you guys wanted, but
Yep.
I also wasn't sure
I
if
just wanted to shoot
broadside
them,
was side by side. Hey, whoa! What the fuck is that? You can't be stealing stuff off of my desk to make noise, though. Sorry, you just like pulled things down and made them fall. Yeah. Anyways, okay. There's one more thing as we as you guys are preparing to engage these naval ships in combat.
Okay.
Captain, you're well aware of the things happening. There is a book sitting before you. You are aware, too, that the power of your ritual is no longer what is fueling your information. Um, and so that is unnecessary in order to continue your conversation with this book.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is the power of the book that you've discovered by your ritual, not something that your ritual has brought to be. So, as these things begin to happen, you are welcome to stay in your quarters and maintain this conversation, which we will pick up after combat. Or you can join into the combat and
I
return to this.
feel like I would be a bad captain if I was not present for the combat that I really kind of want to be a part of anyway. So I will go up to I will pocket the book, just saying back soon and just close it
Sure.
and put it within my cloak,
Okay.
keeping it on me, and then make my way out to the main deck to survey and see what's going on.
This is
And
the
provide support as needed.
only time I'm going to ask you a question of this nature.
Okay.
Are you putting your glove back on? Because if you don't say so, I'm gonna assume you didn't. And that's why this is the only time I'm asking you this question.
You've been warned.
I mean, it specifically matters to you and your character in general,
Yes,
and so that's why
fair point. I will say actually that I would probably be distracted enough that I wouldn't consider doing it.
Okay.
So I will have an exposed hand. Scandalous.
Scandalous. Delightful. Okay.
I
Wonderful.
see
So
wrest.
excited.
We're entering
Oh,
combat,
showing
right?
off those ankles. You gotta
That's
watch
right.
out here.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm doing.
Cap is such a hoe.
There's
I am.
one additional thing I'd like to ask before we are officially starting the combat here, which is technically, as your fate here, I have just pulled Captain into combat by reminding him that this is the book's power and not his ritual. But for the purposes of the start of this combat, I do believe that it is Cray's role of managing the ship.
That's
Typically, it would be the captain who does that, but we have chosen to get into combat while he was finishing up what he was doing. I believe that means either Cray or Cray directs somebody to make our ship's move of taking it head on.
Can't use blood, can I? Well, I mean, it's technically a combat
It's the
thing.
ship. It's the ship mechanic. So it's actually
Oh,
the
okay.
ship's.
I actually have to find the
power
ship's
here.
character sheet.
Yeah. Take it head
There.
on.
I
is
have-
plus our
I
steadfast.
have it.
I also have it.
Steadfast is 2.
Now. Steadfast.
So it'll be 2d6 plus 2. And you've already described kind of what you're doing. You're calling out, you're directing, you're getting ready to drop this anchor. Are we furling our sails here as we
I
make
would
this
say
stop?
the sails would be ordered to go up, and basically as soon as they are folded up just enough to not catch enough wind to stop us from doing it, the anchor gets dropped.
Okay.
Like very economy of motion, very into the momentum, and like
We've done
how
this
to get it just right.
Right.
But of course, that all depends on. Well, that's better than I thought it would be.
Very nice. No,
Let's go.
a great roll. On a 10
No
plus,
experience for me
you
ever.
can get both. Okay.
Oh, darn.
Oh darn! I'm okay with that.
So typically you choose if you're close enough to board or if you get broadside with your ship's weapons on target. With a 10 plus, you have both. So I will provide one more thing narratively to Skane here before we engage. Your ship does in fact have like a front-facing cannon within like a carved mouth, as not a shark as depicted in the actual image, but in the actual image of your ship. So if you didn't want to be quite so high for your jump down, you could jump from that. You could leap out of the mouth of your ship onto the other, and I just wanted to offer you that because I think it's cool. But if it's not
Yeah.
as cool as the big drop, then
It's
you know, like whatever makes
reverse
you happy.
rain of fire. You're jumping out of the mouth.
No, absolutely not. So,
It's great.
yes, I will 100% go out of the mouth, but I will do it right after the cannon fires.
Okay, so
Because the cannon will be
Through
out of
the
my way.
smoke.
Oh, yes. So, I guess then Prey would have to roll for his shots. And then I would have to roll for my jump in and call my shot, which is I'm going to try to shoot the guy. The heck do they call him? The guy who's actually on the steering.
Yep.
The
Helmsman. I'm going to try to shoot the
Helmsman.
helmsman
okay, let me
as I'm
check
coming
in.
out. Because I have to call a shot
Right. What's going on,
to do my
Inigo?
craziness.
Are you
We're entering
also
combat,
doing
right?
combat things? Yes. Okay. So,
Yes.
this is a mechanic that I have struggled with a little bit with my other crew in the past, and so I'm just going to point something out to you here to help try and maintain this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're currently entering 2 combats that happen simultaneously. There is ship combat happening. Okay, your ship exists. It is making maneuvers. Currently, we're stopping it to like come about, so it's a little bit easier. But the ship combat is happening. The ship has a turn where it fires cannons, and people can either assist or can both assist with that and then also be physically in combat with other people. Right. So we know that Skane's going to jump on and start taking shots at people. Which is cool and great. That's part of what's happened with our ship combat. Everybody is welcome to jump into combat one-on-one with, like, enemy Navy guys at this point. There's also the actual ship combat that is happening, their cannons, your cannons, etc. And so it gets a little squiggy here as we come, because there is no turn order, and because we're kind of all
neat.
doing things at once, it gets a little confusing. So bear with me.
There's no turn order
No,
for this, right?
Right.
So, may I offer a suggestion to maybe help this?
Of course.
Long, long ago, I ran a Starfinder game, and they did ship combat okay.
Okay.
Eh?
Recommendation.
Mhm.
The ships are the biggest things in the narrative, both physically and narratively. Recommendation. Ship stuff first. If we're going us, them, us, them, us, them.
Mhm.
Round of ship combat, individuals. While that's done, go back up to ship combat. Keep going.
Yeah. All right.
It'll at least give us a flow.
Right. So, you successfully, your sails get up, out of the way to not catch the wind. You drop anchor. Your ship comes about beautifully. This is a maneuver you've done before, perhaps hundreds of times, and with the practiced ease of a crew of a legendary vessel, you managed to pull this
Feels
off
good.
again. The moment that you are close enough for Skane to board this other ship, I believe he jumps out of the mouth of the ship towards it. He's flying through the air towards them, currently. This is the start of people's combat. So if you have an ability that triggers when you get into a scrap, that is where we begin now. A 7 is a success.
Cool.
What was your roll for? Are you taking a shot while you're in the air? Is that your called shot?
That's my call shot. I'm trying to shoot the helmsman.
Okay. Remind me.
It's a hell of a start.
It's getting into a scrap.
When
still
you
plus
get
the
into a
blood.
scrap, you
Mhm.
can throw yourself in a precarious position to make a called shot. If you hit, choose a tag from the following options. Your target takes that tag in addition to any harm you inflict.
Okay. What are you inflicting?
Well, we're trying to be flashy right now, so I'm gonna do maimed.
Okay.
They drop what they're holding and can't use that arm.
All right.
It is a harm 3 weapon, so if we want to narratively say I blew it off, that would be cool. Um, it is
And you were
a
making fun of me for
extremely
muffins.
powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna do that like as I'm flying, shoot, and then land on the deck, and I'm kind of running toward the helm. I'm
Incredible.
trying to take over the ship.
Yeah, I'd say you could blow its hand off.
Now he gets to have a hook.
That's right. He'll have lots of
Yar.
pirate cred if he survives.
So, and it's a 3 harm weapon. I don't know if I do any harms with just a 7.
It does. It does harm as well. So, as you're lining up this shot, are you doing it while you're in the air? Is that correct?
Yep.
Incredible. Love that. You're falling. You line up this shot. Perhaps not necessarily something you've done before, but maybe it is.
Oh no, 100%.
Okay, all right. As you fall, you're able to take this shot. His hand explodes into a fine mist, and you see him stumble back away from the helm, taking this damage and looking, a moment ago confident as you aimed your shot, now horrified as this begins. Your shot
God
rings
dang it.
out. It's
I was
quite
aiming for his
loud.
head.
And as the noise crosses the water, the other ships, you hear both the draw of bladed weapons and the cocking of more guns as attention turns towards you.
Gentlemen, now with the combat, do I keep going until I fail? Is that how that worked?
What I
Or
have
reload something.
Yeah, what I have typically done is essentially, in much the same way we jump from scene to scene, I typically pull to another combatant. The reason why
Okay.
it's not turn order is because you guys can collaborate, or if you had failed, somebody could be like, oh, I see him making the jump and I spend a bond, and gonna say, a little to the left, and then you don't miss anymore or whatever, right?
Okay.
And so, but yes, for just the ease of maintaining things, we will sort of circle through. I know that for certain, Inigo has a when you enter combat thing that he might want to be using here, and so that's probably our next step, because that's also sort of as this fight begins, things happen. I feel like this is about where, Captain, you're like entering the scene. You probably catch Skane like flying out onto this other ship, the jerk of the anchor catching you and pulling you about, not knocking you off your feet, but giving you a little bit to work through as you take in the scene around you. Inigo steps forward. You know trouble's about to happen.
Yeah. In this case, actually, yes. Because I failed, as part of my theatrics, my dramatic entrance to what I'm about to do is embarrassing. Would you say the captain is watching me? Because that's a mechanical thing that also could be impactful.
Yeah,
to me.
he's actively coming out and taking in the scene, so I'd imagine that's the case.
All right, I'm gonna be impassioned. Wonderful. So I see Skane go on, do his jump onto this other ship, blow a guy's hand off, and I say, you know what?
Don't.
I should help him. Because I was going to do one thing, and, well, it's going to end horribly. So I will try to swing onto the same ship.
Hang
and
on, well,
fail
wait.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. You tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll tell you how you failed. That's what I get to do as the fates in this game. So
No,
you
I was
go
going to
as
let you
though
tell me.
successful, because the other thing is, often if what you're aiming for is something your companions would aid in, they also can get you from a failing roll to a succeeding roll if given the right opportunity. So you have to tell
Okay.
us what you're doing with success in mind. With your failed roll,
Okay.
people have the opportunity to either assist you, especially like Craig can jump in at the nick of time, is a whole ability of his. So don't tell us I rolled badly, so here's what happens. Tell us I'm doing this. My roll was a 4.
Also helps to announce what you're doing before you roll, so you don't know.
Right, yes. In fact, I would even maybe say that having unannounced this roll, I know what you were trying to do here, but like, yeah. You've got to commit and then roll your thing and see what happens. Especially because, if you're like, oh, I'm going to do this super cool thing, again, your friends could be like, oh, I'm going to spend a luck to help him, or I'll spend a bond with him to give him a +1. I think that could really benefit this whole situation. So, tell us as though you don't know what your roll is, what you were going to do before you rolled badly.
Okay. So what I was going to do was try and swing to the same ship as Skane in order to kind of keep the get in between him and some of the enemy combatants to give him a better chance.
You're gonna go be the sword guy in front of the gun guy, so that way he can take his shots and you can
Yeah.
fight back the blades.
Yeah.
That seems very reasonable and helpful overall. My Discord is struggling, but it looks like stream is okay. Am I still coming through okay for you guys? Because as long as it's just the video being silly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are
Seems
coming
fine.
through fine for
Yeah.
us.
Great.
You're good for us.
Then I'll just apologize for stream's bad video of Discord, and we'll keep moving. So, anybody can assist him in getting into this position, but currently he's swinging on a rope from your ship towards ship 1 on the map here.
So here's where the fun part goes. Could we, if we would say that his swing would be a little short, Craig could help him. Yee. Can I yeet the child?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't.
You want to give him a
bond with him,
shove?
so I can't help him.
You don't have what?
I don't have a bond with him, so I can't help him.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing.
'Cause
No
he's not
bond to
tried-
spend with
'cause
him.
he has not tried to create a bond with the doctor.
No, he just said, fix my face. It's very hard to get women with this ugly burn.
Yeah,
I'm hideous.
burn.
Could have just burned the other side to match.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
the
she's
idea that
wonderful.
he was sort of coming up a little bit short. Like, actually, if you don't mind, here's what I think happens. He grabs this rope, ready to swing out onto the other ship. Makes his big, like, running theatrical start, because that's what he is about, is showing off. And he's just been one-upped. This was a pretty impressive move. Skane just jumped out of the mouth of a monster and took out the helmsman almost immediately. Like, that was really cool. He's like, I've got to do better. And so he grabs this rope, he makes his jump, he goes out in a big circle, he doesn't let go. He just keeps going all the way back around to the other side of your ship, where he arrives in front of Prey, who goes...
So I've never played this game, but we're going to play some fucking hockey here. He already ready to fight, so he takes out the axe. He's ready to like do some stuff, but he sees Flamingo coming around. And so he turns it a little bit, so the flat of the axe, not the blade, just the flat part of it, will like hit him on the back, and he'll just and keep him going even further, so he can't like keep holding on, and he'll just get yeeted at the ship.
There's a moment as you're flying out a second time over the naval ship, Inigo, where you're like, what the heck just happened? Oh my god. And you look, and you're trying to like prepare yourself. And this is, you're trying to prepare yourself to make this landing, and Cray, with the not flat part of his blade, then cuts the rope. Perhaps it catches, perhaps it's intentional. You're like, you want to be out there? Get out there. All the same, you're like ready, you've got your plan, you're like, my feet are gonna go here, and and then the rope falls out from under you and you start to drop. In a bit of an embarrassing sort of heap of a landing, you do make it onto the other ship without taking any additional harm from the situation. But you're a bit behind and not exactly where you expected to be.
And just to cut in to be funny, Cray's still on the ship, seeing how the battle is going, looking at everybody lined up the way he wants it to, looks down at Inigo, like, face planting onto the deck, and he's like, damn, I run a good ship. Just goes back to it.
Beautiful.
There are now 2 of your crew on one of these vessels. There are your team of cannoneers, led by Siggy, has taken their first shot at the second ship that is approaching you, the one that you were able to get broadside as this combat began. You've just seen both of them take a flying leap out of the ship, and we come to both the doctor and the captain to make next moves. Does one of you have a plan? If no plans,
I don't have anything immediate. I'm just kind of taking all of this in.
okay. And Doctor, are you joining the person-to-person combat, or are you also sort of maintaining right now the ship side of things?
I'm not jumping over there. No. That's not me. I don't think they want the doctor over there.
Okay. Craig, are you staying on board? Are you taking shots at people? Are you waiting until other ships get closer before you do anything else?
Like, basically what he would have to do, and it would be, like, whenever we get to, like, the big ship portion, would be, he'd have to be ordering Siegfried to fucking fire at it would be ship number 2.
Sure, okay.
Now that the drop-off has been completed. Fire.
Absolutely. If that's the plan, then we can come back to ship combat while we do our next sort of round here. So, as Inigo's getting to his feet, sorting out where he is on the ship and whether or not he can stave off these blades long enough for Skane to get any more rounds into fleshy bodies. There are 2 more rounds of cannon fire. As directed by Cray, a battery of cannons fires towards the second ship. Do you want to roll that? I think for... Oh, no, I've just made this up in the past.
Oh, no.
I don't know how ship combat works, because it doesn't say how ship combat works, in that, like, there's cannons, and they do damage, probably on the ship's turn, which doesn't exist, because there's no turn order. You see,
Turns,
it gets very
yeah.
confusing. Do we roll to see if it
I could
hits?
see
Do
how
we
that would
say
be
that you can
confusing.
do 1 per ship turn, because what you currently have is cannons that do 1 wreck? Where do you guys
Sure.
fall on that? Do you want to roll for it, or do you want to be like, we have cannons, they do a wreck? When it's the ship's turn, if it fires cannons, it does a wreck?
I mean,
I would say roll for it.
yeah,
like,
because you
We
can
could always miss.
Okay.
Do like a blood roll, like a 2d6 plus blood,
Plus
or
we could do your steadfast would be the equivalent. So we could do 2d6 plus
should-
2.
Okay.
Okay.
Want me to do this? Or we want anyone else to do this? Siegfried is technically mine, so...
Sure, that's fine if you want to roll it.
Roll 2d6 plus 2. Yeah, oh, okay.
Okay.
Completely
Definitely a
average.
hit. In this case in
The
particular,
chain.
yeah, you're using a chain shot. So, as at your command, your cannons fire. Uh, it's a narrow target. You know, you've got it lengthwise here, but all the better for one of these shots to catch their mast, and it does the chain shot, hitting through, wrapping around, and immediately knocking the main mast on the second ship out of service.
That's
It's
a great.
very clear, looking out over this, that that's not going anywhere fast now. Which is good news because it caught up to you very quickly. You're certain that you could not have avoided pursuit. They are going to do their own firing back at you. Okay. And they roll flats. Okay. You also feel, they've got an opportunity on ship 1 to take a shot at you. They've got a good angle. And as your cannons fire, you hear their cannons go off. The ship quakes beneath you a bit, not unlike the way the wood splintered just a bit when your anchor dropped. And you'll take also 1 wreck for your ship.
Okay.
Matt, can you keep track of that because you have the ship?
I got it. Yep.
Reload those cannons or Siegfried will set you on fire!
His laughter is ominous and excited at the prospect.
So does our wreck affect our steadfast? Or no, it's affected by our steadfast.
Correct.
Got it.
You could have a trouble that affects your steadfast if you took like enough damage. So the second ship, the one that you've knocked their mast, they are turning slowly. They're again not going anywhere quickly. They're clearly trying to line up some cannon shots, but they're not going to have time prior to the next round of combat. What you do see, however, is a couple of things coming up from the larger third ship. There appears to be at least one of those creatures, the birds with the metal wings, taking off from the third ship. In the same sort of moments, you find that they're coming. Let's see. They're changing their plan just a bit here. Having been coming up behind you before, they're fully trying to come around to your other side now. As they pass you, because you're stopped, correct?
Well,
sure. We're still in ship combat.
So anchor went down to the point where it would kind of swing us.
Right.
So, in a normal sense, yes, the ship would end up stopping. The goal would be next round, anchor goes up immediately.
Okay.
So, it was essentially to drift around a turn, and then we could keep moving again. But for the purposes of this single round of combat, our speed has reduced enough to basically say, yeah, we pretty much stopped for the moment.
Okay. I will say, if you'd like to roll at this round, I think it would probably be outmaneuver, right? To kind of get started again, make sure they're not taking too many shots at you. You could try to do that.
See, that was actually my next step. If we're doing into maneuvering, so with the way that you have this laid out, let me start. drawing myself, if that is permitted. Different color than you. Okay. So we are going that way, and we have turned more like kind of that way. So that's a weird line thing going on there.
Wow,
That's
you like
bizarre.
a quill pen.
Yeah, I don't like it. Weird. But okay. So what I was thinking would be proper maneuvering would be keep turning like this way,
Okay.
get ship 2 in between us and 3. So for them to shoot at us properly, they have to hit their buddy, and hey, extra damage.
Absolutely. Okay.
Wait,
So-
my weird fucking markings, because those are bizarre. Ignore my my marks from here on. I'm gonna try and get this working correctly.
I believe what we're doing here is outmaneuvering. It's sort of a speed move, trying to just keep your opposition where you'd like them to be, as opposed to them getting one up on you. So it's going to be 2d6 plus the ship's speed. Cray, currently calling orders as first mate, Captain was occupied. Captain, are you stepping in here, or are you...
You're here.
Yeah, because you're here now.
I am here. I'm gonna kind of sit back and watch Cray do his thing.
Okay.
I want to see Cray work.
Hey.
I would say that I'm also probably still distracted thinking about the book and wanting to get back to the book, but feeling that I need to be here.
Sure.
So,
Just want to do homework with my jock brother.
let me do book stuff.
So what am I rolling?
I'm sorry,
We've
yes.
established that I'm doing it.
Hey, Captain, what's
So-
the speed of our ship? Is it 0 or is it -1?
-1. Yeah,
It's
it's
minus,
minus
yeah.
1.
Fabulous.
So
So you're
that
rolling 2d6
is
-1. You can spend
4,
luck or bond with the ship
3,
if you
6,
feel it's necessary at this point.
minus
But
1. Well, it depends. How big are the guns pointed at us? Pretty big. It's a big ship.
on the smaller vessels,
On 3.
on 3,
one
yeah,
that's-
this looks like the kind of vessel they send to
Okay.
clean up.
So I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna spend a bond. So would that just be 2d6 straight instead of -1?
Yes.
I will remove that from my equation, and survey says, "Hey,
Yay. All right.
I like that.
On an 11, is there a bonus for this one? There is not. Okay, so you get them right where you want them. Describe what the event you've created. Essentially, what's happening is rather than falling stagnant in the water, I believe, you've, as you said, gotten sort of between 1 and 2. You're headed that way. We're in the process of this, circling. 3 has
Mhm.
adjusted their course to try and catch you. You're moving out of that way. And it's working. So you're getting what you were looking for. I just need one more second before I tell you what 3's up to and we go back to people combat.
I would love to be in people combat, but this is working and this feels important." But also, Skane can just go fucking crazy. He's got a whole boat full of people.
Oh, and I have a whole plan as soon as my turn comes up.
Wonderful.
Alright, so we're going to... Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not... I mean, it's
That
good
ain't
for
good for us.
me. The third ship is trying to do a similar thing. Maneuver around your first move and get one up on you here. And while you are doing as you were aiming for in their maneuvering, they're able to get off a shot of their own against you. You'll take one more wreck as you sort of tail end the rest of your maneuver out of the way. And
How much do we got? We thick?
We got a couple more hits before it's concerning.
And you still have your armor too if you need to use it, but I would probably save it for, I mean, you can use it however you'd like to. I think it's probably better once you start taking more damage. And that, save yourself those last blows. You are moving. Great. Yes. Inigo has just landed on the ground in front of you, but there's a deal of space. He's clambering to his feet. And you have a moment while you see these Navy guys whose attention was fully on you, as you greet them, shift to Inigo, and you've got a moment to decide what you're doing.
Flamingo, move. Blunderbuss, it has a thing called spray, which means I affect a area. So I want that area gone. It also does fire. I'm assuming this ship is wood.
Yes.
Cool.
I thought we would have a wizard to cast fireball on the enemy ship, but you know what?
I'm gonna let
Bullet
Inigo
wizard.
try to move before I cast fireball.
It works.
Did not ask how big the room was.
I said I cast fire. Hold on, I need to change my music. I'm gonna change this so Inigo can figure out if he can get out of the way.
What do I need to do to get out of the way, I guess?
Decide that you're
could
gonna
just say you
listen to
get
him
out of
and
the
get
way.
out of the way. Yeah.
There's not rolls for everything.
There's no roll for it?
No, there's not a roll. I mean, there could be a roll if he's like, no, I'm gonna pop up and do this cool thing instead. But if you're going to listen, then you get to just move out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, I will just move right out the way.
Are you staying low?
Yeah, I will stay low.
Okay, room has. I cast fireball.
Just get out the way.
As you get to your feet, staying crouched, are you? Where are you heading? Further towards Skane or away from him? Towards the side of the ship? Are you going overboard? What are you doing? Where are you going?
I would be navigating my way closer to Skane to keep him covered for any stragglers that somehow survive whatever he's about to do.
That is very good news, because as you get to your feet in your crouch, perhaps half running towards Skane, you see a sailor, a Navy man, visible by his uniform, aiming up from under the deck at Skane. You have an opportunity to attempt to attack him and stop him before he can do so.
Can I use my pocket sand to blind him?
You could try.
Pocket sand.
That's the best use for pocket sand.
I don't have a better use for pocket sand.
What would that be? Plus blood?
I think that's... You're trying to blind him. That's probably like not outmaneuvering, because that's the ship version. A clever trick.
Okay.
To get one over on your opponent. Seize the upper hand. Yes.
Yeah.
2d6 plus your vinegar.
Okay.
It seems like a good stat for you.
It's not. It's not
Polish
bad.
is
Yeah, you did it.
Hey, that'll
There you go.
work. So tell us what this looks like. You pull sand. You go pocket sand, and you sprinkle it down into his eyes from above, like.
Salt Bay.
So
yeah,
when-
salt
as
bay
I
it. You're like,
see this-
yes, pocket sand.
As I see him trying to take a shot at Skane, I will in fact say, "Pocket sand, bitch," and just with a little flair, not too much, but a little bit, just reach into my pocket and just toss sand in his face.
It's effective. You
Parkour.
toss sand in his eyes. You see him squint. He's trying to block the rest of the sand. His gun fires. You hear the call of one of the other sailors as he hops, shot in the ass by friendly fire.
I've
As
been
you
wanting some
clear the path before Skane, now no longer blocked by Inigo. You have your opportunity to take a shot here.
I did. I rolled an 8.
Oh, you rolled an 8. Delightful. So on an 8, you're doing. What's the harm on this weapon?
It's a 2 harm, but it's a spray, so it just affects an area in front of me.
Right.
A close area.
A close area.
Yeah, because essentially it's a tiny portable cannon, because it's a blunderbuss.
Mhm.
So it's like a really, really old shotgun. Why am I explaining like you don't know what it is? You know what a blunderbuss is.
No, yes, I appreciate you though. This guy's out. You're standing here. Inigo's over here now.
And it's also fire, so I would assume that some bits would probably catch fire.
Okay, so the way I've decided that I'm simplifying this a little bit. There are approximately a dozen men up on the deck currently. About half of them are wounded by this shot, as well as that's the front. You have an opportunity if you want to hit perhaps a few less people. What did you roll? An 8. Which is not enough to do both things. Hold on, how's that roll work? I swear I'm getting really close to having these down. 7 to 9, they get to respond. Yeah. So I will say that without the ante on your side, I still want to give you the option. You can aim a little high and be sure that at least their main mast's sail catches fire. Or you can take out more of their crew, not to say that there will be no fire, but you won't have the sails quite yet.
Oh no, I'm killing people.
You know, the fact that I asked and you actually considered is, I think you're right. There's been some character growth.
I considered it. It's just it was skull, which means kill people.
Absolutely. You notice immediately 2 of the men who are hit by your attack fall to the ground. The fire begins to consume them. They don't move again. The others begin to put themselves out as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So
can I do? I guess I would have to wait for. Okay, I have another idea, so I have to wait. Because I have a cool kind of pocket sand idea. Because I also apparently carry tiny kegs of gunpowder on me in my kit, and if somebody's on fire in front of me, I could just
yeah, you could just add just a little.
No, just throw the little keg. Just little grenade.
Keg?
Yeah.
Apparently, so in my kit it says I have. Where's that? 2 jerry-rig pistols, lockpicks, a self-made gun repair kit, several kegs worth of gunpowder, bags of sand, an explosive. It just says an explosive. Just matches and a few bottles of whiskey. Where I keep that on, this, no idea.
Mechanically.
You keeping all that junk in somewhere. I'm just saying.
All that
It's
junk
in
inside that
his
trunk.
trunk.
Yeah.
Mechanically, question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because Cray assisted me, would it be considered a success for my theatrics, or did I still fail that roll?
You still fail that roll.
Okay.
Because you were assisted, you did make it onto the ship and not like into the water or anything terrible.
Okay.
But yes, that was still a fail.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
The second ship is not able to close any distance with you, and they have been turning to try and get you broadside. So you have a brief moment where you see them fully unprepared on one side of their ship as you change course, darting between them and the first vessel. It doesn't stop them from readying and trying to get hold of your ship, either to stop you or grapple you or something of that nature. You see them readying as you pass between the two smaller ships. Anybody on the deck of the Omen right now has an opportunity to take pot shots with a gun if you have one, or with other weapons at either the crew of the first or second vessel.
How far away are they? Approximately.
If you don't keep moving, then you're within boarding distance of both. You're between the two of them.
Oh.
Fantastic.
They want to bring us the cookies.
I don't know if they want to bring us the cookies or not. But
So, I guess I can't talk because we're not on the boat.
You could scream.
You're
he will,
within boarding distance of your own ship again because they're between you and the other. So
the doctor will run up to Cray and hand him 2 vials and go, throw them.
He's not even going to question it. He's not even going to question
not
it.
at one, please.
He'll look down and go, and just do it.
2d6 plus your blood. Get into a scrap.
So that's going to be, so they're 2 vials, right?
Yes. Two dangerous-looking vials.
Okay. More quantity than quality question.
Yes.
Because we have 2 enemy ships that don't have our crew on them, and 2 vials. So, would you say that I would need to, Fates, should I make a roll to just throw the things, or should I make a roll for each ship that I throw them at? Because I like to throw one at each.
It'll be each ship. The third ship is fairly far from you still.
Okay.
So that one you'll have to take
blood.
at probably a -1.
Or the kitty.
Hello, Kitty.
Such a hard life.
Meow meow.
It's a hard life.
Oh, it's such a hard life.
Yes.
So I'm rolling blood here.
Mhm.
2 blood rolls.
2d6
First
plus
one,
2 for the second ship.
Do you need
Okay.
additional bonus?
No,
I
but
don't
can you
know.
throw me
Blood's
a
my good
rope?
score. So,
Oh.
is it -2 for the second ship because it's further away? Because you said +2.
-1 for the second. Sorry. Ship number 2, you get +2. Ship number 3, you get -1.
I'll give you a
So
bonus.
I'm gonna just say I'm gonna roll 2 and then 3. So the first one will add +2 to whatever this is.
Mhm.
Nice.
So
11.
11. And the next one will be the -1.
But I'll even it out.
It's the same number. So it's an 8 on the difficult one.
Still 9.
Oh,
I use a bond to...
Doc's gotcha.
Yes. Wonderful. Okay. So there you go.
So those are 3 harm, loud fireworks on impact, and fire.
Fireworks.
Fireworks and fire.
Okay.
So you determine what that does.
Yeah. So you're again close enough that as you come between vessel 1 and vessel 2 here, you're essentially making eye contact with these poor these Navy men who are trying to get themselves together. You spot a couple of them on fire at the wrong end of Skane's blunderbuss. You spot Inigo sprinkling sand down into a hole of the ship. And on the second vessel, as you turn and huck this thing the doctor has given you. On impact, you say?
Yeah, on impact.
Impact, you say?
You watch it.
Whoa.
Are not very far at all.
Gobi.
Hey, Doc, high or low?
Yeah, area effect, dangerous, loud fire works on impact.
Actually, better question. Hey, Doc, evens or odds?
Evens.
Even.
Okay.
Fuck.
It splatters into an explosion of fire and light, sparking up into the sky in a multitude of colors. You see a couple of things happen on this ship as men dive away from the explosion. The already broken sail lights on fire, and a couple of other things begin to catch. You see a large barrel floosh up in flame.
Nice.
Unfortunately, some of those floating sparks light upon your own deck. You see a couple of ropes catch fire. You see a couple of your tied down cargo begin to catch.
Probably
you have an
start giving
opportunity.
orders to put it out.
Uh-huh.
If I can, I feel like I've done too much at this point.
No.
Okay. And that's what's happening there. You take a moment. You're actually still involved here in the second explosive. Your crew, not unfamiliar with fire, does spring into action. The idea being that they are in fact trying to help you. You don't have to babysit their every step. But
Sometimes.
you begin to throw this second one. It's harder. It's further. To get onto this other ship. They're just kind of like tiny figures in the distance comparatively. But you're a strong guy. You've pulled off bigger and better tricks before. This lands also on the larger ship, the third vessel. And you see a similar explosion of fireworks, but you're not able to make out much beyond that you've definitely hit something over there.
Earn ya law, fuckers.
The doctor will then turn away and go back to trying to help people and put out fires.
Rope.
Oh yeah.
Doctor
rope.
goes, throw these, and then goes back to.
Delightful.
So I have a really cool idea that
Okay.
would involve an Inigo and a rope. So I need the doctor and I need an Inigo.
Why do you need
Or
the doctor?
Cap. I need somebody to throw a rope.
You're on another
Wow.
ship. There's ropes all over that ship.
It's right under us though.
I
If we
mean,
throw a rope
yeah,
down.
But
it's
you guys
easier
are
for
going, so if I can grab the rope, it'd be
Oh.
really cool. So here's my plan. I want to hand Inigo one of the little tiny, somehow powder kegs that I have. Call for a rope, grab the rope, and have him throw the powder keg onto one of the fires I just made as we get pulled away by the ship. Like a bomb.
That is very good. That
Like
is
a bomb.
very good.
And you got to spin so you're not looking at the explosion, so it
Exactly.
happens behind you.
And then somewhere I got to pull out sunglasses.
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
Just thug life it up, the hole in the back.
This whole campaign is just kind of one extended thug life
It's
thing.
supposed to be you guys on a silly pirate adventure that has some hangups when you mess up. So I'm just saying it's very much a reflection of you guys being just fucking cool bullshit
Chaos goblins.
fighters. Yeah, no, it's great. Every time I'm like, I don't see why that wouldn't be a thing.
What would the roles need to be for this? Because there's going to be a lot of moving parts that need to actually work.
I'm gonna say a couple of things will have to happen for this. We're going to have to decide our next ship maneuver, because in order, if we are stopping and boarding, or letting them board us to kill them, it's different. So if we're gonna continue moving through, our maneuver to take us, hold on, let me get my little effects here.
Which ship would potentially be boarding us?
We're headed that way, right? Through these
Yeah.
guys. If we wanted to come around, I can't curve this line.
That's kind of what I was going for initially, yeah. Go with the curve that we did.
Sure,
Because
absolutely.
we would have, with the fireworks and the cannons and the possible explosion we might be able to pull off on one, we've kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like, basically handicapped all these ships. Like, they're
You've
not going to be able
certainly
to,
disabled the secondary
that's
ship.
the word.
Yeah.
Thank you.
3 might still be fine though, but we hit them, but we don't know what we did.
And then yes, if you can get like a powder keg explosion on the first ship, it might take something out additionally. But as far as you currently know, ship 1 and ship 3 are still perfectly viable for movement purposes.
Oh, I have a bookkeeping question,
Okay.
and you're either gonna love this question or hate it.
Okay.
I know Il Minister had been working on a thing.
Yes.
We get that RAM installed?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
is
you did.
installed.
We did.
I've got a thing for it.
That was part of the thing I was so
Mm.
concerned about. Like I thought that's what Skane was saying immediately was that we should like ram it and then he'd jump down onto it, and that's not what you guys were saying. But I thought so because you were fully
3 is a
prepared.
bigger ship and more worthy of a target for ramming. I'm not lined up for that at all right now, but we can fix
No.
that.
I mean, we
The
don't
ram
have
attack
to.
will do 1 wreck to us,
Us,
but
yeah.
3 wreck to them. So
And then I'm on their ship, and then I am the wreck.
So, for my
I have the
understanding,
good squad.
we're going this way.
Yep.
Is that
Yeah,
correct? Okay.
That's correct.
Yep.
Let me make sure that's visible. Okay, cool. That is visible on stream.
In that same thing here, ship 1 is still headed sort of this way. It's a terrible thing. I'll just go back to my lines, and I'm using the other screen now, so it's gonna only get more confusing as time goes on. So this ship is
That's great.
still, headed where it was, essentially. A bit distracted now. There's no one at the helm. The secondary ship is no longer able to move. He's stuck in place. And this guy was going this way. As you begin to move, they did try to kind of follow you. Yeah. With their own tricksy maneuvering.
So
I wish there
we're
was an eraser
what's the-
instead of a just clear all, because that's all I can find is clear.
If you go to your select tool and click on each individual thing, you can delete them individually with the delete button.
Appreciate you so much.
So we're basically
I'm on the
doing
wrong person.
shark circles.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have a thing.
So yes, if the plan is to continue moving, then I think we're going to probably roll an outmaneuver again with the ship in order to maintain your course and rescue your crew with the rope at the same time. Because that's going to direct, if you're not getting out of the way, he's not really going anywhere. You could throw him a rope that he could climb up, but that's like a different situation. So
We're moving. So, yes, we're getting them out.
Okay. So we're going to do the outmaneuver, which is +2 for your steadfast, I believe. Is that what we just decided?
Steadfast is 2, yes.
Hang on.
2.
Just
So
make- before you
2d6
roll.
plus 2?
Hold on.
Okay. I will not hit the button until you say so.
I'm sorry, it's plus your speed to outmaneuver. That's why I was checking.
Yeah.
Speed is -1.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Minus 1.
Am I
By holding
close
off.
enough? Am I close enough that I can help?
Yeah, so does anybody else before... So this is essentially either going to be top of combat here as we come back to our ship, or not. So before we do this...
Fire we there.
Does anybody want to do anything else in the person-to-person combat? There's still the opportunity for Captain to jump in, although I know you're surveying. I'm just presenting the option
Mhm.
again. And then Inigo, you've been responsive but not actually done a thing. So if you still wanted to do something on that ship prior to this next round, you could do so.
I have a quick question for the
Yeah.
fates. So the twist fate basic move,
Yes.
could that be directed towards a ship, or does it have to be directed at a person?
I think it's anything you want. It is
Because it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say.
I think the
Specifically.
idea of twist fate is step in and become the fates for a moment, and then I can respond to that depending on the role and what I know about the world and things.
Okay.
And so I don't think that there is a limit, but we have talked about vaguely limiting that as a player table. So let me know what you want to do, and I'll tell you if I think it'll work out with the things going on in your world instead of
Okay.
smushing the world around to fit what you want.
Of the remaining ships, we've got 3, which is a bigger circle, as I'm understanding it. That's the bigger threat.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
And so far, we really haven't engaged them too much,
Right.
if at all.
They have some fireworks going off on their deck.
Right. But aside from that, there's not really been anything too bad.
Correct.
I would like to stand at the top of the by the wheel and look out and see what all the shit that is going on. And I want to look at this large ship. I want to extend my hand that is ungloved, and anybody that's looking can see the burned and scarred flesh that is beneath. And I want to snap my fingers and twist fate and try and cause them some horrible damage that would immobilize their ship completely in the water. Like maybe the rope that makes their rudder turn snaps, or I don't know, maybe their sails rip off in the wind. I don't know. What would the fates let me do if I were to curse them, because I have an additional twist fate that allows me cursing?
That's right. Give me a second to look.
Or
at
there's
the
a
wording.
barrel that's directly underneath the fire that we just started, and a spark comes down and lights it.
Right.
Yeah, my specific brand of twisting fate, I gain my enemy receives a stroke of strange bad luck. So magical bad luck.
Okay. Yes. No. That's very reasonable. So strange bad luck. Okay. Listen. So here's what I'm gonna say.
I like it.
There's a lot going on around you outside of this combat. And twist fate is often like the specific wording is like, here's an opportunity that I spotted or whatever. You have curse, which is really neat. I think what I want to say is, given everything else going on, that some of what's essentially your bad luck here is going to shift. Does that feel like an acceptable use of your luck, your twisting fate? Or would you like me to?
Our bad luck in which regard?
Well, there's a big storm, and the ocean's kind of angry, and whatever that cloud bank up in the sky is still there. And...
Okay, so essentially what you're saying is I can kind of take this amalgamous idea of bad luck and just be like, have some, and just kind of spread it around.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what I'm saying. Does that feel good to you?
I'm down with that. Yeah, I like spreading the love.
So, you look out.
But I want it to be dramatic and thematic, and I want the crew to see it happen in a way that is like inspiring. I don't know.
So you and your crew have been enmeshed in this battle for what is probably a few minutes now, right? Your attention truly focused as they, sort of appeared for this chase, started closing on you, clearly making their intentions known as you decided how you were going to deal with them coming. In that time, and in the time since the really gritty battle has begun to happen, the situation around you has changed a bit. The waters are beginning to toss a little harder. The ocean rising as the storm is closing in. Again, the boom of thunder kind of rumbles across it's not the land, across the water. The waves become a bit more choppy. You're enmeshed in this battle, and you hear as lightning flashes overhead, drawing your attention, all of you, from anything you're doing, towards the captain who stands at the helm. He snaps his fingers. You hear the sound following the flash of lightning. A large rumble of thunder covers the noise. And lightning strikes the third ship. You watch as it breaks down their frontmost mast, cracking the wood, sending splinters flying, and fire lights up across that. In the same moment as their speed begins to lessen, you see a large wave come up and wash over the ship. You spot at least a couple of people who are washed into the water, um, towards you and your ship and these other ships, as they are probably closer to, if your ship is here, they're coming up. This is going to be 3 now. Okay, and I'll clean this up for next time because we're going to have to end here soon. But you spot this. Their foremost mast shatters. Lightning strikes it. Flame erupts on their ship, and then the water washes over. At least a group size, at least 12 people you see wash into the water. And there's a brief moment of fear that you see in the eyes of the 2 ships that you are between as you come through, as this impressive moment happens. It takes a few moments before you're sure that the third ship is still moving, although slower. Crew scattering about. You hear some calls as the distance becomes smaller between you and them, as they regroup, attempting to come after you still. How are you guys feeling? I know that it's late. I know that some of us have been in it for a very long time. Would we like to do this ship combat round because we have the idea of getting our friends off of the ship? Or do you want to hold that for next time? I don't want to push anybody to do it. We can write it into our notes so we don't forget. Or if it's something you'd like to try and do
Cliffhanger.
now. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a cliffhanger.
I'm open for whatever everyone else would like to do.
Honestly, I think the way this combat is going, that if we did one more round, it would be like another one. Like, okay, that was good. One more round. Okay, that was good. One more round. We would do that. And also, I don't think that this is going to end in one more round either. This is an intense ship combat, and it's awesome. And cliffhanger would actually be pretty cool.
Okay. Then I will say that if you are set on any of your current plans, you should certainly write them down so we don't forget next time.
I'm gonna do that.
Ideas and things you're holding
I'm
on
gonna
to.
write down the words ramming speed.
Question.
I don't know if we need to ram them at this juncture.
There's a lot of things we don't need to do.
Now, you did start this whole fight with the idea of let's show them why we should be feared. But
And
he
ramming
brings up a
does
good
that.
point that ramming might not be in your best interest
true.
at this point.
That's true.
And I think they've seen that how long did that take us?
Mm-hmm.
I would
Like,
say,
maybe
I'd imagine something like somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
We
In 15
need to
minutes,
get-
we nearly disabled 3 ships.
Yeah.
We need to get something appropriate for the ship. I'll worry about that part.
Okay.
If we
Yeah.
can deal with ship 3, then we'll have the thing.
What's up, Anigo?
Earlier, was the pocket sand my move by chance? Because I did do that while I was moving towards Skane.
It was not necessarily your, because there was no roll. It was sort of a flavor thing that you have done, not your turn of combat. So if you'd like to pick up with doing some combat things before the ship maneuvering begins next time, just take a note for us here, and we can still have your turn come up before we come back to our next maneuver and get you off of the ship.
I did roll for the pocket sand thing actually. I rolled a 9 for that, so.
Okay, well then, yes, totally. It's been a long
I'm
night.
just trying
I'm
to make
sorry.
sure. Yeah. No, you're fine. I'm just trying to make sure I'm on the same page about what's going on. So
Yes,
I have.
You were moving to your feet. the guy was attacking Skane and you stopped him. I stand by that you still have an action to take for combat. But
Okay.
that's the whole of this situation. There is just you were reactionary to a thing because you listened to your friend and were able to be helpful. That's not necessarily a turn.
Okay.
So then we will hold combat here. The captain has just pulled off this maneuver. There is the boom of thunder, the crack of lightning across the sky, and as everything begins to resettle from that moment, before we end for the very evening, you notice one more thing, Nar, as this power fills you, your demon at the forefront, as often they are when you use powers derived of their presence. And she says to you, a warning. Because if you lose this fleshy body of yours, I lose it too. That's not the only thing you've called. And that's where we'll end for the evening.
Delicious.
Abby.
Beans indeed.
What I like is hearing Tia giggle in the background. That makes me very happy. I know I'm doing good when I hear Tia cackle.
Yep.
All right, friends. If you're here in the stream hanging out, we appreciate you being here, hanging out, and watching us be silly, goofy pirates. I hope you all had a wonderful feast day with your friends, family, or otherwise yesterday. And I just want to say that I'm thankful for you guys being here, being my friends, and hanging out, doing this silly stuff with us all the time. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate you hanging out. We'll see stream hopefully next week, Friday, same time. But watch the Discord for more updates, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.